I am holding in my hand a microfilm, a very highly confidential, secret State Department document. These documents were fed out of the State Department over 10 years ago by communists who were employees of that department and who were interested in seeing if these documents were sent to the Soviet Union, where the interests of the Soviet Union happened to be in conflict with those of the United States.
Commenting on Mr. Mundt's so-called summation, I would like to point out that the man who calls himself Chambers has, by his own testimony, been peddling to various government agencies for 10 years or so stories about me. I urge in advance of that hearing that your committee delay no longer in penetrating to the bedrock of the facts relevant to the charge which you have publicized that I am or have been a convict.
I don't hate Mr. Hiss. We were close friends, but we are caught in the tragedy of history. Mr. Hiss represents the concealed enemy against which we are all fighting, and I am fighting. I've testified against him with remorse and pity.